Can he do it frontside without ripping his nipples off? What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ninja Review. Today we are reviewing the third and final section of Endless Beauty by Sci-Fi Fantasy on the Sci-Fi Fantasy YouTube channel. A link to this video will be in the description below. Let's go ahead and hit play. Where we left off, when I began this video, I did not know what to expect, but I did not think it would be as good as it's been so far. Then again, there's always time to ruin it by walking around doing nothing. We got Ryan back 50-50 all the way down. I like they chose to film this with a fisheye. I just noticed it's in a line, so they had no choice. Nollie nose blunt, that might be my favorite line of the whole video. What an interesting spot and a unique way to skate it. Nollie shove into the crook, switch grind up top. Now we get a high ollie, wacky inflatable arms coming off the rail, switch ollie up, switch flip across over the rail, X-Men ollieing into a 50-50. Now we're going around town. Going under the pole, rolling down a hill, big spin, trying not to dent anyone's bumper on their car, switch blunt, getting ready for a 5-0 shove into the manual. Did the wheel touch? Probably not. These guys seem to have a little bit of integrity, jumping off the grind into kind of a nose blunt, flat ground ollie for no reason at all, tiny nose grind. The filmer's foot is in the video. Nollie 180, switch 5-0 180. Pretty decent filming overall. Nose manual up, into the nose blunt, jumps back down into an unexpected nose manual. I love when you can't figure out when the trick is over. Also, what great variety this guy has so far. Right there again, thought it might just be a regular switch front blunt, but he tricked us with a shove on the way out. Now we're getting ready. Nose blunt pops back in. He's not done. He's got one more trick. Nollie into the over nose blunt. What do you guys even want to call that? Starting off with a manual, no push whatsoever. Nollie frontside flip, switch manual 180, doesn't let the heels touch the ground. Nose slide pop over. Again, I have to talk as fast as I can to keep up with the amount of action in this video. Is this so much to ask from the super well-known pro videos who make a 35-minute video and it's 22 minutes of a car and a bird and a blunt and a bum and a beer? We got over blunt again. Switch hurricane filmed pretty cool. Switch flip back tail. You couldn't even see the ledge was coming up right there. Very interesting way to film that spot. That was a dog that has that shit that the bunny rabbits in Colorado have. Pushing once, getting ready for switchback nose blunt. Oh man. What a pleasure it's been to review this video. Switch flip manual, rolling down a hill. We got Nollie front heel over the fence. Nollie 180 over the rail. Slow-mo was warranted right there. We get Nollie onto a handrail. We thought we might not get it. Nollie flip catching perfectly. You know, they probably do this for the music, but having the roll away slow mode, I never really understood why. Now we have nothing happening, but only for one split second. Video makers out there, if you want to show B-roll to show like the skater's personality or their hometown, please do it in the way, whoa. Do it in a way that this video is doing it, but hold the fuck on. This guy wore a glove to the spot because he knew he could not land the trick without doing a violation. Went Christmas style for you guys. Switch backside flip on the way down. Like I was saying, if you have to use B-roll, I like it personally to be tasteful not just random shit you found online. And I'd like for it to be as short as what we're getting in this video. Switch board slide over the gap right there. Rolling up, lot of roll up here for what? A switch ollie over a pretty hefty hubba, but the video is slowing down. Maybe this is a slow song. Now we're getting a dog peeing. Now we're standing doing nothing. If you fall in dog pee. Nolly's over. I was gonna say the toe dragged, but I think his tail actually broke. And it's kind of risky riding into the street with a broke tail like that because you might not be able to turn when you get run over. Now it's raining. Now we're getting the van all dirty. Front crook, got my bitch shook, but also got his hand on the ground, and he didn't even wear a glove that day. Now we're getting our nails done. Now it's time for Corey. Get ready, Corey. Get hyped. Corey's like, what do you want from me? One dog goes one way, one dog goes the other way. I got a big black square in the middle of my fucking screen. Heel flip up. Maybe it's switch. He's got the style, staying with the shoulders low the whole time, pushing 2 times, setting up for a fakie. Shove into the switch 5-0. He's about to get smashed by a guy with no license. What in the mother shit was that? Back grind into some type of pressure flip, inward heel, Jeff Wonsong, heel possibly on the ground, maybe. The board bobbles. I think we're safe on the heel. Very unique trick. Nollie hard flip into, I guess, a manual on some crazy rocks. Air foot on the nose grind 180, making it appear to be switch. Jumping through the gap on the wall ride. Now we have some fire for no reason. Hand on the car, back nose blunt. Breaking the board with his booty on accident. Now we get Susky. Holy shit. Body vario and then reverts again at the bottom. I don't think I've ever seen that trick outside of seeing people do it with kind of a front board. Some people would do like a front board fakie, but their body will continue spinning. He almost ran into the filmer right there. We're skating at the airport. I was gonna say there's no bank right there, but I couldn't see how thin the wires of the fence were. He was able to wall ride on the fence. We're ollieing up, going around town, cross locked, kind of an accidental 180, no big deal right there. Back nose blunt, falls into the tail slide, heels hanging off the board. We're watching anime, 180 nose grind, shove into a crook and holds on to the crook. Very tough trick to do. We nose slide into the back nose blunt, riding across, foot on the ground, no big deal. Maybe he needed some extra speed. Can he do it front side without ripping his nipples off? We're about to find out if he has that true grit in him. Is he gonna sit here and complain or get back up and go for the trick again with the double carve? Excellent style right there. Backside Smith grind into the pole jam, heel flip from bump to bump, filming up the trees, does a opposite Casper flip kind of move. Not sure what that trick is called. Nose grind. Was it a nose grind? Was it a crooked grind? Was it an over crook? We have to get out the protractor. Was that a hand on the ground again? We have a repeat offender. How many times is he gonna get away with this? Somebody has to stop him. Somebody has to stop him, Hank. Now we got the shaky filmer right here just doing ollies. Ollie jumps onto the rail, skinny landing, heel flip, nose blunt, pops out absolutely perfectly. Backside slide, kick flip, double slide. And kind of crazy that there's so many spots in the world that are the exact distance away to be able to double slide on a skateboard. Usually you see that with curb spots. Nose slide pops into the rail. Again, a spot like that that even offers the ability to jump from ledge to rail. Right here we have hand on the board. Cringy ass trick, but you know what? Some people like it. 5-0 up, jumps over into the front blunt on the wrong side. Remember when Darrell Stanton, I think, did that on Staples? Really crazy trick. People talk shit about it back then, but I think maybe it's coming back. Okay, had to rewind because so much was happening at once. Pretty okay, decent front heel. What was I looking for? There was a hand on the board into like a block slide, into a blunt slide, creative way to skate, cringy trick. Who would ever look at that weird circle and think to board slide it? Switch front board around the curve right here, nollie back heel off of a pole jam, even though it was a fat square, still very impressive trick. I don't like the amount of violations we've had in just one single part. I think he is gonna get dinged for that. What, again? I think he is gonna get dinged for the amount of hands on the ground, which means a lack of control, which also means I believe he could have done the trick cleaner. Maybe he's just lazy, but you don't seem lazy when you're doing tricks like 360 to back grind. He doesn't seem like he's a lazy guy. Maybe his friends are lying to him about if his hand touched the ground, or maybe they're just saying, don't worry, it looks cool. No one will notice. No one will notice? I've made it my actual duty to make sure that people notice. Spinning around onto that spot, and I did see this. I already saw this trick when I was looking for a thumbnail during episode 1. I'm not a fan of the heel hanging off the board, but does the toe touch the ground? It does appear to touch the ground for the first time ever, even though this guy is a repeat, multiple time offender. I'm gonna have to let it go just based on how insane it would be to look at this spot and say, yup, I'm gonna do that fake ass wall ride nollie out, but then purposely firecracker. That is some next level creativity. And I can see why that would deserve to be the banger of the video, although I'm not gonna pretend that the toe didn't touch the ground. I'm simply not going to acknowledge it as if it was the worst thing in the world, because we did get a very cool trick out of it. Part 3 of this video gets a 9 out of 10. Part 1 was a 9.8. Part 2 was a 10. Part 3 is a 9. So overall, I'm gonna mentally guess what the average of those 3 numbers are. I'm gonna give this video overall a 9.5 out of 10. And I would love for you guys to let me know if you think that is a fair score for the video. I try to tell you guys that I review these videos and I try to be non-biased, but I'm also gonna try to make you guys laugh, which oftentimes I end up laughing. We try to have fun doing these videos. At the end of the day, the goal is to make you laugh and hopefully see some good skating. After watching this video, I think we got some good skating, we got some laughs, we got to see some cool creativity, and we didn't have to waste our entire week watching nothing but B-roll. I think everyone involved in this video should be proud of themselves. And you know what? When I started this video, I didn't think it would be this good, and I'm happy that it was this good. Reminder, a link to this video will be in the description below. I'm also going to be watching this video with the audio on sometime at the end of the week on Twitch, if you guys care about that. Those live streams aren't really like this. When I do these, I'm super obnoxious and trying to be funny and trying to point out funny little things. When I watch skate videos on Twitch, what I do is I sit back, I drink a beer, and I enjoy them. So if that's something that sounds cool, then follow me on Twitch. Also, I upload a video on this channel every single day. I can't wait to read your guys' comments. And I think this was a great use of our time this week. I think tomorrow is a video of me skating. On Saturday, we will be reviewing this independent video. I hope you guys are having a great week. I make a video every single day, which means I'll see you guys tomorrow. Kuna Matata.